They made me sit at the table. They peeled tangerines for me. They were cruelly kind. It was an impressive display. At this point, a little thought occurred to me about my new driver's license, which was still stuffed away in my pocket. That perhaps things would end for the license without it ever having known any use. And surrounded by a trio of stilted, strained smiles, I kept that thought as if it were someone else's business, with dispassion, ambiguity, and total disinterest. Protagonist, January 2005. A new year began, and I returned to the hospital. But on this day, instead of my usual 4F room, I ended up in the conference room of sorts. They took me there. And then my father and the doctors had a little talk. I joined in. Well, they talked to me. So this was their so-called announcement. They said it in a terrible, roundabout fashion, but they told me that I was going to die. I see. That was my only reply. I had no other words. It was the only thing that left my mouth from beginning to end. And the doctor's ballpoint pens flew across paper as if in response to my words. Those were probably hospice enrollment procedures, businesslike to the last. My father was the same. So it's this simple. Was the only real thought I had. That day, I was transferred from 4F to 7F, from a 6-person room to a private room. It was a little different from the other wards, this 7F. First of all, the floors were sparkling clean, and the second of all, the ceiling was higher than I'd ever seen it. The rooms were very nice and had large windows from which the warm daylight streamed in as if by design. But the windows only opened a little. I tested them out, and my head would just barely fit out one. The color of my ID bracelet had changed as well. The bracelet that I had worn ever since the first hospitalization, the one that had my name and blood type recorded on it. Its color had a new change from blue to white. A high ceiling, a white vinyl bracelet, a window that would not open more than 15 centimeters. The TV programs celebrating the New Year were still playing when I transferred to this 7F. And it was at the dawn of that very year that I met her for the first time.
Narcissus.
Narcissus. That's what it is. Not Narcissu.
7回
There was this place, kind of like a lounge, at one side of the corridor, across from the nurses' station. This general deserted place held a few couches and chairs, as well as a large TV. Stupid programs commemorating the New Year were still being broadcasted on the 28-inch screen. And there was a girl who looked absolutely bored watching that absolutely boring TV. Short, in pink pajamas, a white bracelet on her wrist, just like mine. Impressively long hair that almost reached down to her hips. Hey, do you find that interesting? There was no deep purpose in the asking. Simply, I had nothing else to do, so I started talking to her.
別に
Was her only reply to me. She didn't turn to face me at all. And she kept looking on with boredom at the TV, as if I didn't even exist. Then don't watch it. Even as I thought this, I sat down in the chair next to her. and side by side we watched TV. Nothing else to do. Nothing we could do. So we sat there silently and watched TV. New Year's celebration programs, as per usual. A useless array of comedians and oddities. And every so often, the empty, stupid, shrill laughter is sounding dryly in the white, sun-drenched lounge.
ねえ、あなた。
The girl suddenly started talking to me, but her eyes were always glued to the TV screen.
あなた、何回目？
What do you mean by that?
ここに7階に来たの。
Sorry, I have no clue what you're talking about.
そう、初めてなんだね。
So she'd seen my confession about her question and come to the right conclusion.
じゃあ、他に誰もいないし、私の役目だから。
Duty?
そういうルールなの。
Nodding slightly, she explained that the rule was that someone here should tell newcomers the truth. I knew nothing. I understood even less. And as if I did not even exist, she slowly started her speech.
それじゃあ、よく聞いてね。
Her words spoken methodically, one by one, were a little different from all the ones I'd heard from the doctors about this place. In their business-like, crisp syntaxes, they told me this is the place where one waits for medical advances. This is a place where one heals one's heart, and perhaps they might have been correct in a general sense. But according to the girl, that was just the party line. The truth was that this 7F was the only place in the hospital where medical treatments did not take place. This was just a place where you waited for your life to come to an end. Those were her words to me. I thought so as well. I'd felt it even before she'd spoken.
私、2回目だから。
Second time doing what?
ここに来るの。
And then she explained to me that nobody on 7F stayed here from initial hospitalization all the way until death. While there was zero possibility of being cured, you were sent home if your condition was stable. But if it worsened again, you would be returned here. That cycle ended only in death. Whether it was at home or here on 7F, always one of the two you were going to die. No way to escape it, it seemed. And with that meaning permitting her every word, she informed me that this was her second time here.
じゃあ、一度しか言わないから。ここからは、よく聞いて。
She continued speaking, all the while staring at the blank TV screen. This wasn't idle chit-chat about the lights out, or where the kitchen was, or anything like that. Hey guys and girls, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you will, please comment down below if you like this type of video, and I'll keep posting it. I'm not going to ask for likes or nothing like that, just comment.